Hi everybody, welcome to At Home with Gigi. I'm Gwen. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is part of a Christmas ornament collaboration and I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. But guys, I cannot wait to start sharing with you these gorgeous ornaments that I've made, or at least I think they are. You'll have to tell me what you think. I've used almost all Dollar Tree, so they are very affordable. So let's get started. For this first DIY, we're going to be using this flat ornament from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start by giving both sides of the ornament a coat of Mod Podge, and I'm doing this to prevent my paint from chipping off. After the Mod Podge is dried, I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in white and a makeup sponge that I've torn in half, and as you can see I'm just going around and just stippling the paint on. I don't want it to have a nice smooth finished look. I want it to look kind of textured, and I'm going to give it 2 coats and I'm just going to let it dry in between each coat. I'm going to use this gorgeous napkin, and this napkin came from Abril Martinez at Crafter in the Rough, and I'm at a napkin exchange every month and she sent this to me and I just love it. But I am making sure I'm pulling off this back layer, because if you don't, your napkin will not adhere to your surface. Ask me how I know that. And instead of using scissors to cut out the little boots, I'm just using a tiny paintbrush with some water. You do want to be careful that when you're removing the excess napkin that you don't tear your little boots. Just very carefully removing that excess napkin, going back in and dampening the edges when you need to. Then I'm just going to add a layer of Mod Podge to the front of my ornament. And I'm going to line these boots up as best I can. As you can see, I placed it down and then I had to lift it back up and reposition it. And if you're careful, you can do that. Most of the time, not always, so just be careful that you don't tear your napkin. And I like to use a paintbrush and also love to use the plastic wrap. Both work well for me, and I just kind of alternate back and forth between the two with this project. But you do want to just go over and just smooth it out and try to get as much of the air bubbles and wrinkles out as you can. And this is going to be a 2-sided ornament, so I've done the other side as well. But I think these little boots are so stinking cute with the kitten and the little mouse. Thank you so much, Abril, for sending this napkin to me. Now I want my ornament to look like it has snow on it, so I'm mixing together this lightweight spackling. This came from Amazon, and Waverly's chalk paint in white, and I just kept mixing it until I got the consistency and texture I wanted. Then I'm just using one of these little Dollar Tree sponges, and I'm just going around just pouncing it around my ornament. Now this is strictly optional. You could have just stopped right after you put the napkin on there and Mod Podged it down. You could have stopped right there, but like I said, I want it to look like it's covered in snow. And I seen this on YouTube, and if I can remember the lady's channel, I will link it down below. But I seen her doing some ornaments and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to try that, and I love it. I think it is so pretty. You're gonna have to tell me what you think at the end. It was a little bit time consuming because I was trying not to get any on my boots. I was trying to get up just as close as I possibly could. I did go back in, as you'll see in a minute, with a little tiny brush and just adding some of that spackling and paint mixture. And by the way, this lightweight spackle, it came from Amazon. It does cost more than what you would pay for the spackling at the Dollar Tree. But it's so worth it. It is a pure white. It doesn't have that grayish tinge that the Dollar Tree spackling has. Guys, As I mentioned earlier, I am a part of a collaboration. This is called the Christmas Ornament Collaboration, and it's hosted by Jacque Russell Creates and Indiana Jones, and I will have both of those ladies listed down below along with the playlist. Please make sure you go check it out. Give everybody my love. Tell them I said hello. If you're here from the playlist, hello, welcome. I'm Gwen. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll like what you see and decide to become a part of my YouTube family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for returning. I truly appreciate it. After it dried completely, I took it outside and I gave it a good spray of the spray Mod Podge, and while it was still wet, I came in and I'm just sprinkling some of this very fine glitter, and that came from Walmart, and I'm just doing both sides. And then it looks like I'm putting a lot, but it's barely any coming out. I think more landed on my table than actually on my ornament. And then I just took it outside, sprayed it again, let it completely dry. And as you can see, I did add a little tiny bow to it and one of these little flowers, and the ribbon and the flower came from it came from Walmart back in their fabric section. But tell me what you think. I love this. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. But would you leave the bow on, or would you do it without the bow? This DIY is so simple and easy. I'm just using this light bulb shaped ornament from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use a mixture of their faux snow and Epsom salt from Walmart, and I love how this mixture looks together. And then I'm just using some little sprigs of greenery that I had left over. I was going to use the one that's laying on the table as well, but once I put the greenery with the berry in there, I loved how that looked and just left it as it is. And now I'm just adding some Mod Podge to the top of my ornament because I want it to look like it's snow covered. I did make a little boo-boo here. I should have waited on adding the Mod Podge all the way around and just did it as I went because it dried out, but it was okay. I just went in and added more, and I'm just placing the Epsom salt around the top and just kind of patting it in, trying to keep it in place. I did go back with more Mod Podge and kind of seal it in. And I just added in a little bit of glitter just to give it a little extra sparkle. And then I wrapped the top with some of this jute twine and just added a hanger. And it's finished. And I love this. I think it is so beautiful. The video does not do it justice. I wish you could see it in person. It is just beautiful. But you got to tell me what you think. Y'all, we are going to make a glitter ball like you see on Pinterest and TikTok using this extra large ornament from the Dollar Tree. It is as easy as they make it appear. I've been skeptical. I've had the stuff for over a month sitting in my craft room thinking, should I do this? Yes, do it. It was so much fun. I'm adding 2 syringes of the polyacrylic, and I ordered this from Amazon, I think it was. But you do need, for this size ornament, you do need 2 full syringes. And as you can see, I'm just rotating it, kind of swishing it around just to coat the inside of my ornament really well. That's very important. Then I'm just going to turn it upside down in my cup and then just let it drain probably for about 10 minutes. And then I'm using roughly 2 tablespoons of glitter. Probably a little more because you'll see I'm just dumping the rest of it in there. But really with this size ornament, you do need about that much. And y'all, I love this part. It just amazes me every time I see it. Just keep turning and rotating it and watching that glitter spread out. I just love watching that. I don't know why, but I do. But I did use, as I got closer to the top of the ornament, I did take a paper towel and just put it over the top to keep the glitter from falling out, and just gave it a little shake just to make sure that it was coated all the way up to the very top. And then I just turned it upside down and let all the excess glitter drain out into a cup. These vinyl words came from Amazon and they are well worth money. You get 2 sheets for like $12.99. I'll link it below, but they are such great quality and I've used them now in several different projects. And I'm going to use the word believe and attach it to the front of my ornament. And it's like a rub-on transfer. It's between 2 sheets of plastic. And what you're going to do is, as you can see, I'm kind of lining it up here on my ornament. You're going to pull that bottom sheet of plastic off, and I will tell you, cut fairly close to your letters because, at least for me anyway, it took me a minute to get it pulled apart. And you just want to pull it apart very carefully, making sure that your letters are staying adhered to that front plastic. As you can see, the dot from my eye is not wanting to come off, but as you can see, I'm just using my thumbnail and just pressing it back against it, and it went right onto that top part of the plastic. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just, like you would something from a Cricut, but I don't have a Cricut. I don't think I could use one. I kind of want to, but anyway, if you don't have a Cricut, this is the perfect thing to use. And then I'm just very slowly peeling that top layer of plastic up, and then just pressing down and rubbing, as you'll see in a second, rubbing the letters really well and just going over it, and they adhere to the surface. One thing I forgot to tell you, I did wipe the surface of the ornament down really well with alcohol and let it dry prior to doing this. And this is a good couple of weeks later and it is still firmly attached. And then I just made a couple of little bows with some Dollar Tree ribbon and just hot gluing it to the front of my ornament. And it was just, I love how this turned out. I think it is just so sweet. And yes, I forgot I added a little bell to the center of my bows. Y'all, I am just really loving this ornament, from how the glitter turned out to the word believe, the vinyl letters. I am just loving this. Tell me what you think. For this ornament, we're going to be using this little chalkboard tag from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just writing the word joy on the front with a paint marker, and also from the Dollar Tree. Now y'all, my handwriting is not the greatest in the world, and I wish I had come down a little bit more, but it is what it is. And then I'm just going to add this little tiny bow that I picked up from Walmart back in their crafts section. You can get a pack of like 4 for a couple of bucks. I thought it was well worth it. And then I'm just going to add some little bits of greenery to the top. I'm also going to add one of these little flowers that came from Walmart, again back there in their fabric area. And it's got a little sticky on the back of it, so I didn't even have to hot glue it. And I'm just applying it right to the top of my bow, and that's it. Other than I added a little hanger to it, as you can see. And I think it turned out just absolutely adorable, and it was so fast and so easy. For this DIY, we're going to be making another glitter ball, but we're only going to use one of these balls that came from the Dollar Tree. We're going to use the one that has the red writing on it. And again, I've just used the polyacrylic and just rotating it inside and just making sure the inside of the ball is coated, and then letting it sit for like 5 minutes. Now here's where I kind of messed up. Now this size ball, the amount that I'm putting in here, like a tablespoon, a little more, that was perfectly fine. It gave it a really opaque look, and y'all, this never gets old. But I really should have used a full 1.5, maybe even 2 full tablespoons for the larger one. And just see how easy it is. You just keep rotating the ball, and then again, when it gets real close to the top, I just put a napkin over it, shake it really well, and it just coats the very top very, very well. Sorry about the change in the lighting, but it would not show up with the lights bright. And this one, like I said, it really should have used more of the glitter because it didn't give it quite an opaque look. It was more of a sheer, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. It still turned out gorgeous. And all I'm doing with this, I added a little handle to the top, and I'm just adding some of this ribbon. This came from Walmart, and I love it. It is so pretty. It says Merry Christmas on it. And then I'm just going to layer another little small bow that's got my red truck. Y'all know I love a red truck, onto the top of this ribbon from Walmart. Now I decided I wanted to add in a little bit of greenery, so I'm just adding in some little sprigs of greenery. And y'all, this is pretty. It came from Dollar Tree last year, but this fallout, because it's sparkly, is serious. And then I'm just adding that little frosted berry that also came from the Dollar Tree right in the center. And I think this turned out absolutely beautiful. I love it. And it was just very easy to make. This would be a great ornament to make if you sell ornaments, and you can get these from the Dollar Tree, because it makes that red writing, the white glitter, just makes it pop. For our last ornament, we're going to be making Rudolph, and I'm just going to use one of these clear ornaments from the Dollar Tree and some of their decorative shred that you can get over there in the gift bag area. Now, if you don't have this on hand, or you don't want to use this, you can use pom-poms, sand. You can even paint it. You know how you put your paint in there and swirl it around. But I'm going to be using the decorative shred. Now here you can always use as little or as much as you want. I'm going to pack mine pretty full because I want it to have that really full brown look. And our Rudolph is going to be a goofy, kind of silly Rudolph, so I'm giving him some googly eyes. And this would be a fantastic project to do with your kiddos, but I would just be careful with the hot glue. Maybe you do the hot glue, or just let them use Elmer's glue. I'm also going to be using a little bit of a smaller pom-pom. I don't know if you noticed when we first started, it was a large pom-pom there. It just did not look right, so I switched it out for a smaller one, and I thought it just looked so cute with his little red nose. And I'm also going to be using two brown pipe cleaners, and you can see I'm just twisting them together. And I forgot I left this out. I took the top to the ornament and just took it outside and spray painted it with some Rust-Oleum spray paint, because I wanted it to match my pipe cleaners. Now my pipe cleaners kept sliding around, so I just took some hot glue and just put a little bit there on the back. Again, if you're doing this with your kids, you do this, or just not use the hot glue here. But it does keep your pipe cleaners from sliding all around. I just used one of my large glue sticks, wrapped the pipe cleaner around, kind of give him a twisty, kind of curly antler. I don't know if they have curly antlers, but it's my Rudolph, so he's going to have curly antlers. And basically, guys, this is it. It was that fast, that easy. The longest part was waiting for the cap to dry when I spray painted it. And I think he is just super adorable. You gotta let me know what you think. Thank y'all so very much for being here today. I truly appreciate you. Don't forget, this is a collaboration. Go check out the playlist down in the description box. Annie and Jackie, thank you for hosting today. If you're here from the other channel, a great big thank you for being here. And welcome to my channel. Let me know which ornament is your favorite. I can't pick one. I love them all. And I hope y'all have an amazing day.